Meeting called to order. Pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag Thank you. Have a seat. We recognize the Sheriff Wolf to present the proclamation to his employer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bear with me.
Take your time. You have all day till 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock, you're done.
All day till 2 o'clock.
We all done at 2 o'clock. We all done.
You need some help? Let me make sure I get them right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have some longtime employees.
First of all, go to the podium. It has to be recorded. You're not better than anybody else, Sheriff.
Thank you for reminding me. I have some longtime employees that are retiring, and I have some proclamations here that I would like to present to them. The first one, would Deborah Kaleda come up? I have a proclamation for you. It says, Proclamation of the Board of Commissioners and the Sheriff of Northumberland County commending and honoring Deborah Kaleda for her years of service to the Sheriff's Office and the residents of Northumberland County. Whereas Kaleda began her career on February 31st, 1995 in the Sheriff's Office under Sheriff Russell H. Wolf, continuing on with Sheriffs Charles S. Burkowski, Chad A. Reiner, and Robert J. Wolf, and completed her service on December 11th, 2015 with a total dedication of 20 years and 10 months. Got it right? Whereas Kaleda's demeanor, work ethic, and dedication to her career has proven most exemplary and established herself as a trustworthy and dignified member of the Sheriff's Office. Whereas Kaleda, recognized as kind and good-natured, was able to complete tasks and assignments, whether monumental or mundane, without failure or interruption to her daily duties. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Commissioners and the Sheriff of Northumberland County do hereby recognize the dedication and service Deborah Kaleda has provided, and direct that this resolution be entered upon the official record of Northumberland County. And it's signed by myself, Chairman Clousey, Commissioner Bridey, Commissioner Shuck, and it's attested to by John Munzer, the Chief Clerk of Northumberland County.
Thank you very much.
This one is from the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania. It's a certificate of achievement on behalf of the people of Northumberland County in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This certificate is presented to Deborah M. Kaleda in recognition of having achieved 20 years of service in the Northumberland County Sheriff's Office, and it's signed by Kurt Mosser, representative of the 107th District, and Linda Schlegel-Culver, the representative of the 108th District.
And also I want to thank you as a county commission to the good job in the sheriff's office, and I'm glad I worked for you the last 8 years. Thank you.
Another proclamation, Mr. Chairman. This is a proclamation of the Board of Commissioners and the Sheriff of Northumberland County commending and honoring Deputy Sheriff Bernadette Shondy for her years of service to the Sheriff's Office and the residents of Northumberland County. Whereas Deputy Shondy began her career on July 31st, 1989 in the Sheriff's Office under Sheriff Russell H. Wolf, continuing on with Sheriffs Charles S. Burkowski, Chad A. Reiner, and Robert J. Wolf, and completed her service on December 11, 2015 with a total dedication of 26 years and 5 months. Whereas Deputy Shondy's demeanor, work ethic, and dedication to her career has proven most exemplary and established herself as the go-to person in the Sheriff's Office. Whereas Deputy Shondy, recognized as a natural leader, was able to complete tasks and assignments, whether monumental or mundane, without failure or interruption to her daily duties. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Commissioners and the Sheriff of Northumberland County do hereby recognize the dedication and service Deputy Bernadette Shondy has provided, and direct that this resolution be entered upon the official record of Northumberland County. It's signed by myself, Chairman Clousey, Commissioners Bridey and Shuck, and it's attested to by John Munzer, Esquire, the Chief Clerk of Northumberland County. And because of Bernadette's years of service, I have a citation here from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the House of Representatives citation, whereas the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania is always proud to acknowledge those individuals who, through professional excellence, bring great credit to themselves and this Commonwealth, and whereas Bernadette L. Shondy is being honored upon her December 11, 2015 retirement after more than 26 years of dedicated service to the Northumberland County Sheriff's Office, and whereas Ms. Shondy began her career with the Northumberland County Sheriff's Office on July 31st, 1989, and has worked under 4 sheriffs. She will retire as the administrative officer and also has served as a deputy sheriff. Throughout her service, Ms. Shondy has demonstrated remarkable knowledge, ability, and integrity in carrying out her many responsibilities, thus earning the respect and gratitude of all those who receive the benefit of her tireless devotion to duty. Now, therefore, the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania congratulates Bernadette L. Shondy upon her well-deserved retirement, heartily recognizes her exemplary record of service in keeping with the highest ideals and traditions of this Commonwealth, offers best wishes for a happy and fulfilling future, and directs that a copy of this citation, sponsored by Representatives Kurt A. Mosser and Linda Schlegel-Culver, on November 25th, 2015, be transmitted to Bernadette L. Shondy, 3656 State Route 61, Sunbury, and it is signed by Representatives Culver and Mosser, signed by the Speaker of the House and the Chief Clerk of the House.
And on behalf of the County Commission, we want to thank you to serve with the county many, many years, and I want to thank you personal to work with you. It was an honor and privilege to work with you the last 8 years. Thank you. Okay, now I have some to say myself. I want to recognize Jenna Parish. Unfortunately, Jenna, we don't have your president yet. He didn't come yet. I didn't want to say nothing. We was going to surprise you, and John Munzer. But I want to recognize Jenna Parish to retire, serve with the county for 19 years. Give him a good applause in the County Commission.
Thank you.
And also I want to recognize John Muntz to work for the county. 30, how long, John? 30 years service. Okay, now we go on official business. Mr. Shuck is not here today. I guess he didn't want to come. He's too busy running around to find a judge to hear this case, I guess. So, see what happens. And citizen input, any agenda item? Any citizen input? You're none? Move, Jan.
Item number 4. A motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting held on Tuesday, December 1st, 2015, and the special public meeting held on Tuesday, December 8th, 2015.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels payrolls as submitted by the Finance Office for payroll number 25 in the amount of $651,936.48, and payroll number 26 in the amount of $647,250.75.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $3,205,357.81 from November 25th to December 18th, 2015.
So moved.
Second, on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed authorizing payment of $177,024.31 for the 2015 medical insurance waivers for health and welfare benefits as submitted by the Human Resources Department, and this is a ratification.
I second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Following announcements, swearing-in ceremony for the new county elected officials will be held on Monday, January 4th, 2016, at 11 a.m. in the Northumberland County Courthouse, courtroom number 1, 201 Market Street, followed by the reorganizational meetings of the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners, Retirement Board, Salary Board, Assessment Board of Appeals, and Election Board, to be held at 3 p.m. in the Administration Building. B, the first public meeting of the Board of Commissioners will be held on Tuesday, January 5th at 1 p.m. in the Northumberland County Administration Building. Beginning January 1st, 2016, the new address of the Administration Center will be 399 Stadium Drive, Sunbury, PA 17801. Item number 9. A motion is needed authorizing the Commissioners to sign the State Tax Equalization Board voucher form for transfers of real estate for the month of November 2015 as submitted by the Assessment Office.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to grant permission to advertise for cleaning service at the Human Service Complex.
So moved.
Second. Question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed authorizing the Tax Claims Bureau to conduct a private sale of real estate for the following properties, with all sales contingent upon approving of taxing bodies wherein properties are located. Parcel 058-00-083-007 located in Upper Mahanoy Township, and parcel number 028-00-072-077 located in Lower Augusta Township.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to adopt the 2016 Northumberland County pay schedule as submitted by the Human Resource Department.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to accept the resignation of Mr. Mark Geisen from the BHIDS Advisory Board effective January 1st, 2016.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Land Bank Authority for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending December 31st, 2017. Note that the terms of this authority run concurrent with the Housing Authority appointments. They are James Boylan of Coltmont, Thomas H. Deal, Northumberland, Frank D. Marcini, Colt Township, Nicholas Goretsky, Coltmont, and Ronnie Lentini, Coltmont.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Land Bank Municipal Advisory Committee, MAC, for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending December 31st, 2017. These individuals were selected by the communities. Rich Mychek, Mount Carmel Township Representative, and Robert M. Slavey, City of Shamokin Representative.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to appoint and reappoint the following individuals to the Local Emergency Planning Commission, LEPC, for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016, as listed as items 16A and B on your public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to reappoint Mr. Chuck Hopda, Jr. to the Wyoming Valley Levy Raising Mitigation Board for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 to December 31st, 2016.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to appoint and reappoint the following citizens to the Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging's Advisory Council for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending December 31st, 2017, as listed on your public meeting agenda number 18A and B.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Northumberland County Planning Commission. Mr. Patrick Mack to a 3-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending on December 31st, 2018, and Mr. Robert Klein to a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2016 and ending on December 31st, 2017.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed acknowledging receipt of the following reports listed as items 20A through D.
So moved.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried.
A motion is needed to approve change order number 3 for Motorola Solutions in the amount of $149,525.22 for the ongoing 911 radio project as submitted by the Department of Public Safety.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed authorizing the adjustment of the county's mileage reimbursement rate from the 2015 rate of 57.5 cents per mile to the 2016 rate of 54 cents per mile for use of personal vehicles while on approved official county business to mirror the rate as recognized by the Internal Revenue Service.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to approve a letter of support for the development of affordable senior apartments in Cole Township in cooperation with the Housing Authority of Northumberland County.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to approve the list of individuals no longer employed and new hires for Northumberland County as submitted by the Human Resource Department.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to request an extension from December 31st, 2015 to February 15th, 2016 for the Home Investment Partnerships Program Grant Agreement, contract number C0000516550, as requested by the Director of Planning.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to accept the proposal from T&M Associates, Inc. for the environmental oversight during the demolition and construction phase of the new prison project. This is a ratification.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to adopt the following proclamations and honorary letters. Proclamations honoring Bernadette Shondy and Deborah Clada on their retirement from the Sheriff's Office, and wedding anniversaries. Mr. and Mrs. Charles Wetzel from Shamokin, 50th wedding anniversary, and Mr. and Mrs. Harold Shoemaker, Watsontown, 50th wedding anniversary.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to authorize the payoff of the 2015 Tax Revenue Anticipation Note Series 2015 Tran in the amount of $5 million.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
A motion is needed to approve the final budget for to approve the final 2016 Northumberland County budget.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried. Solicitor report.
No,
Oh.
30. A
Oh,
motion
yes,
is
I'm
needed to
sorry.
approve and sign the following weatherization reports.
What is
A, the
that?
weatherization reports.
I'm not signing no report for them.
Well, there's a motion on the floor, so just, you don't want to, okay.
Okay, motion failed. Nobody make the motion. Solicitor report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion to adopt ordinance O-0515 as presented by the Solicitor Ordinance for the Northumberland County Land Bank. The intent to adopt this ordinance was properly advertised according to law.
Second on the question, in favor, aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-144-15 is presented by the Solicitor, Intergovernmental Cooperation Agreement between the Northumberland County Land Bank, the City of Shamokin, the Borough of Mount Carmel, the Township of Mount Carmel, the Township of Cole, Shamokin Area School District, and the Mount Carmel Area School District for the acquisition of vacant, abandoned, blighted, and delinquent properties.
So moved.
Second question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-145-15 is presented by the Solicitor Commissioners 2016 Tax Rates General Mileage.
So moved.
Second on the question, in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-146-15 as presented by the Solicitor. Resolution of the Northumberland County Commissioners authorizing issuance of a tax and revenue anticipation note, Series 2016, in the maximum aggregate principal amount of $10 million.
Okay, hold on. We need a, you have to come out.
Oh, should we have a motion on the floor?
Yeah, okay, make a motion. I second the motion. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Darrell Peck with Concord Public Finance. Because of the continued budget impasse with the Commonwealth, the county, like many other counties, has to incur what we'll call short-term financing or lines of credit to continue to pay, your bills as you're awaiting funds. You did that in 2015, and based on the current situation, you'll have to do that again in 2016. What we've secured for you is a very flexible line of credit, meaning it's a drawdown loan, it's prepayable at any time.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
And so we not pass this resolution today, what happened to the county?
I would believe that you probably won't have funds to pay your bills on January 4th.
Correct? Remember the president, where's Mr. Shaw? That's a very important business, guys. He's not here today to represent the taxpayer. The only thing is concerned to worry about is getting $30,000 paycheck increase. We don't worry about it, the business at the county. Let's the record reflect that. Go ahead.
So what we've secured for you are proposals from Metro Bank for an up to $5 million tax anticipation note or line of credit at a fixed rate of 1.76%. That's for a term of 1 year, which is the maximum permissible under state law. Again, you'll pay it off really as soon as you receive funds from the Commonwealth. Secondly, a proposal from MCS Bank for the amount of $2 million at a fixed rate of 1.99%, the same conditions, the same terms. So we would be prepared to close on those on January the 4th, should you move favorably, which would provide the necessary funding for you to continue your operations.
And let me ask you another question. Are we gonna set up a meeting for the 4th at 10 o'clock to approve this? Because
No.
we're still in office, so you think the new board is gonna approve? I'm concerned, God forbid, the new board is not approving. Then what are we doing?
Okay, I'll let Mr. Pierce address that. So with those proposals before you, Mr. Pierce has a resolution for you, which among other things, accepts those proposals and will put the county in a position to close on January the 4th. Do you want to speak to the mechanics?
The resolution that was introduced and moved for adoption, Commissioners, 146-15 has been prepared in accordance with the Local Government Debt Act. A TRAN is a form of financing under the Debt Act that is working capital. In other words, basically replace money until sufficient revenues come in.
To the state, pass the budget and get our money back. I understand that, but my concern is what happens to the new board that don't pass?
Well, the board, your actions authorize it.
Okay.
Enter into accept the proposals of the two banks that Mr. Myrick mentioned and are ready for closure on January 4th. You cannot close before January 4th because...
So who's gonna sign them document?
The signing of the documents will be up to
The new board of commission?
The new board of commissioners would be the reasonable board. I haven't talked to the solicitor about whether the old board should close it. That could be something
Well,
that could be discussed.
we could do it as of the 4th, 11 o'clock, we could do whatever we want, but I'm saying to you, I don't want to sign, so I don't have to. But I have to save the county government, I will come and sign it.
Plan
So
is like-
so we're gonna set up a new meeting at 10 o'clock, I will do so.
Well, it doesn't
That's why
require
I'm
a public meeting, but it requires obviously commissioners to sign and a chief clerk or assistant chief clerk to attest. The plan was, as I understand it, would be for the new board to sign the documents with the banks consummating the issuance of these grants.
But also you had a meeting today with Mr. Shaw, correct or not?
I
You
think
will-
he
it
was
was-
advised that we would be here. I don't know if he is coming.
Okay, Mrs. Best, are you gonna follow up to make sure the signature's done? If you have any problem, please contact me and Bridie, we come up and sign it before you guys take office. And more than that, we can do.
Yeah, I think it's cutting dry. I mean, I've worked way too hard to see our credit outlook increase for the first time in 3 decades to allow a default on a TRAN note to take place. I just pray that the next board does what's right. So with that, I'll be voting in favor.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not our fault, it's Harrisburg was put in this predicament, nothing we could do. So what I'm saying to you, Mrs. Best, whatever you need to function, we'll be there, but we only good to that Monday, 11 o'clock. After that, it's you guys' business.
We'll be adaptable to whatever decisions we make.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
And thank you for those great
Sure.
rates.
Thank you for your work, and I want to thank you to work with the county for the last 8 years. I hope for the new board to continue to work here because you guys, it was a gentleman, he answers all the questions we need, everything we need in county government. We depend on you guys, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
And you as well.
Next, E.
We have to-
Motion
Oh,
and second. You need to
Okay,
vote.
motion second, okay. We have a motion second, and the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Go ahead, Frank.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-147-15 as presented by the Solicitor, a resolution of the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners expressing the intention of the county to issue debt in the amount of $21 million in accordance with the Local Government Unit Debt Act, identifying a certain capital project, i.e. the new prison, to be financed.
So moved.
Second, and the question. All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-140.
Hold on, hold on.
Did you want to say anything about this one?
If we want, all I can say, Commissioners, is this does not authorize debt. It simply is the elected body giving directions to the administration and to their consultants to move forward with the financing that presumably will occur in 2016.
Okay, for the
Doesn't
record,
encumber the county at all.
okay, for the record of the press, I said the new board that canceled the prison, they in debt for $1 million to pay all the expenses we incurred up to now. So they canceled the prison. That's up to them. But also, so they canceled the prison, it's costing $250,000 to the taxpayer every month. Start already. 8 months ago, 9 months ago. So it's gonna continue to carry $250,000 extra every month. So remember the new board, I hope you guys do what's right. Don't do what's right for you to say, Vinny started this, we're gonna cancel. Don't do that, please. Go ahead, Frank.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-148-15.
Okay, we voted on it, okay.
148-15 is presented by the Solicitor, professional service agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners and Suncom Industries, Inc. for cleaning services at the Human Services Complex on a month-to-month basis. Is a ratification.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-149-15 is presented by the Solicitor, licensing agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Northumberland County Engineer and Christopher Long for authorization to cut trees that are dead or fallen by natural forces.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-150-15 is presented by the Solicitor, coal land lease agreements between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the county engineer and the following existing mining operators: Blue Ridge Mining LLC, Clinton M. Wynn Mining, Fox Coal Company, Joseph E. Shingara Mining, and Ken Snyder Incorporated.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-151-15 as presented by the Solicitor, application to encumber liquid fuel tax funds between the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Northumberland County Engineer and the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for the rehabilitation of Northumberland County Bridge Number 73 located on 8th Street over Shamokin Creek in Shamokin.
So moved.
And the second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-152-15 as presented by the Solicitor, Amendment Number 2 to the sub-grantee agreement with Coltmont Marion Heights Joint Municipal Authority for the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development Fiscal Year 2012 Community Development Block Grant Program, decreasing the amount of funding as submitted by the Planning Department.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-153-15 as presented by the Solicitor. And Amendment Number 3 to the sub-grantee agreement with Coltmont Marion Heights Joint Municipal Authority for the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development Fiscal Year 2013 Community Development Block Grant Program, decreasing the amount of funding as submitted by the Planning Department.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-154-15 as presented by the Solicitor, lease agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners and Penn and Lisa Seifel for leasing a property located at 326 North 2nd Street, Sunbury, to be used for storage. This is a ratification.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-155-15 as presented by the Solicitor, purchase of service agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Sheriff's Office and Deborah Coletta for utilizing services with matters relating to the Sheriff's Office.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-156-15 as presented by the Solicitor, purchase of services agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Sheriff's Office and Bernadette Chaundi for utilizing services with matters related to the Sheriff's Office.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-157-15 as presented by the solicitor. Purchase of services agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Prothonotary Office and Pat Miller for training services with matters relating to the Prothonotary Clerk of Court's office.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-158-15 as presented by the solicitor. Intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the County of Northumberland and the City of Sunbury for joining together for the development of the former Celotex Moran Industries site located in the City of Sunbury.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-159-15 as presented by the solicitor. Commissioners' budget amendments as listed.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R-160-15 as presented by the solicitor. Agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Human, Senior, and Social Services and the following service providers as listed, number 1 through 14. The above agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports are not with county employees, nor does their organizational contract list county employees as principal in their corporation or on their board of directors.
So moved.
Second on the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carries. All business, anything under all business? Anything under new business? Yes, we have lots under new business. Frank, are we gonna, Jenna, we're gonna have a meeting on the 30, December 30? Make sure you advertise for a meeting,
What time?
January 3rd.
for general
December
purpose.
30th, 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock.
December 30th.
What?
December 30th, 1 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
December 3rd at 1
Here.
o'clock. You think we should do one for the 4th? January 4th, just advertise, just in case?
No, I don't think we need a meeting then.
No, you don't need a meeting for that.
No.
To sign that paper.
Okay, all right. Okay, under new business. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everybody knows we're not ready for that. You can sit down, I'll call you when we're ready. Under new business, we have some business to take care of today. It's very important. I guess everybody know that Mr. Shark and Mr. Chicatano, they sued the county for $30,000 or more in salary increase. I call salary increase because we passed the motion to reduce salary. He had a long time to appeal this decision. He waited for the last minute after they got re-elected. The reason Mr. Shark and Mr. Chicatano did that because they know on the new year coming, nobody could tell them what to do. So they would tell their own solicitor or their own, whoever they have, to say, don't contest the issue. But because we got sued personally, me and Bridie, and the taxpayer got sued, we have a duty and obligation as a law to represent ourselves. So because we work under capacity of the county commissioner, we search for an attorney to represent the taxpayer and myself and Mr. Bridie. And Mr. Solicitor, you want to step in? Mr. Bridie, you want to step in first, and then the solicitor steps in.
I'm really taken back that an incoming majority would sue the taxpayers for a higher salary, knowing that they themselves would be the puppeteers pulling the strings as to whether the county will fight it or not. I think that they have done so in a way, though, that handcuffs them to an extent where it will be very difficult for them to pass anything sitting in these seats without creating an extreme conflict of interest. That's really all I have to say, other than I'm extremely disappointed. I want to thank Mrs. Best for standing up and doing what's right here. And that's really all I have to say. Go ahead. Frank.
And I also want to thank you, Mrs. Best, to speak up what it was right, to what it was right for the taxpayer, not for me and Brian, because we're going to leave. Today is my last meeting, and I am proud to say I saved a ton of money to the taxpayer the last 8 years. The budget did drop $30 million. I did what it was right in my heart, and I fight every day for the taxpayer, and I go home with honor and privilege. I did what was right for the people in Northumberland County. There was a lot of hardship. It was not easy. It was a lot of tough decisions we had to make. with the administration of Mr. Brady and the administration I had with Carl Morrison, Mr. Phillips, and Mr. Suika. So we're gonna hire an attorney. Mr. Solicitor, you wanna talk about it a little bit?
I'm not going to comment on.
No, I lawsuit.
I'm not going to comment as to the lawsuit or the merits thereof. I'm not going to comment about whether the merits of the suit. I will say that it's an extremely unique suit, and that there is a high likelihood, well, there's almost a guarantee that there's going to be upcoming conflicts of interest for the incoming commissioners, making it impossible to transact certain business. And I foresee difficulties in that realm. I think that action is going to need to be taken in that regard. And because of the situation where I believe all three commissioners that are coming in would likely have a conflict of interest in voting on matters related to that suit, I think that's advisable and necessary to take the action that the board plans on taking, which I understand is to hire outside counsel.
Thank you.
With that said, I'll make a motion to hire Pepper Hamilton.
I think we have a motion that's prepared, so.
Motion to hire the law firm of Pepper Hamilton LLP to represent the County of Northumberland and Commissioners Clausey and Bridie in the lawsuit Schock and Chickatano versus County of Northumberland et al., CV number 152346, pursuant to an engagement letter dated December 22nd, 2015. Motion.
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Brady make the motion, I second the motion. Roll call on the motion.
Commissioner Bridie?
Yes.
Commissioner Schock? Not here.
Not
Commissioner
here.
Clausey?
Yes. So motion passed 2-0. Now I'm gonna recognize,
There's more.
oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, motion to pay retainer in the initial amount of $65,000 and thereafter to make additional retainer payments in the amount of $15,000 in the event the retainer has been depleted to $15,000 pursuant to a December 22nd, 2015 engagement letter with the law firm of Pepper Hamilton LLP for the purposes of defending the County of Northumberland, Vinnie Clausey and Steve Bridie in the lawsuit of Schock Chickatano versus County of Northumberland et al. CV 152346 through any necessary appeals process.
This is represented the taxpayer and myself and Mr. Brady, correct, Solicitor?
I'll make the motion.
I second the roll call.
On the question,
On the question,
I'd
I'm
just
sorry.
like to add that this can all go away. This suit can be dropped, save the taxpayers the amount of money that it will cost for representation, and it could be done by Mr. Schock or Mr. Chickatano at any time.
And Mrs. Best, can you come up to the podium, please? I will urge you to talk to the other two board of commission, to drop the lawsuit, everything go away, we're gonna save a ton of money to the taxpayer. We don't have no choice, we gotta represent ourselves. They caused the problem, that's their baby. So they gonna say if they wanna drop or they wanna continue. If they continue, we will continue to the bitter end.
I just have a couple of things to say. With respect to the salary issue, it's not appropriate for me to comment because
Fine.
it's my own salary that's at issue, so I think that's inappropriate. I will say this, I think that, given the motion that's on the floor and that it pass for the retainer,
But the retainer can be reimbursed. It could be, as you guys drop the lawsuit, we don't have to
well,
pay them.
okay, I'm not suing, all right?
Okay,
So-
I understand that. I'm sorry.
I just think that it's inexcusable that we have a sitting commissioner that's a plaintiff that isn't here for this conversation. I think that it's inexcusable to have a commissioner-elect that's a plaintiff in this lawsuit not to attend this meeting, anticipating that there'd be a conversation about this. I was anticipating Mr. Chickatano being here so that I could speak and make a
And
plea to him.
I did the same thing.
And make a plea to him in public because they aren't speaking to me privately about this. And I believe the reason they're not speaking to me privately about this is because they know full well that when they were speaking about doing this, I advised them against it. precisely for the reason that this motion just indicated. And I would like to publicly invite Mr. Shikatano to please walk away from this and please join me on the other side, because this brings me to my final point. I'm very concerned, Mr. Solicitor and the Chief Clerk, and to this board, that when you leave on January 4th and we, the new board, swears in, there are going to be immediate issues that I believe not only would the plaintiffs, who are then going to be the commissioners, at conflict and not able to vote on, but leaving me as one, I certainly cannot vote on. And legally, I'd be conflicted as well. But with that said, I'm wondering if the county, while you're sitting here, I'm appealing to you to consider whether or not the county should have or file a petition to have a conservatorship or some sort of fiduciary person. I mean, this is really a constitutional crisis, even for me as an attorney, because I'm not sure that you could ask a court to step in and even appoint someone that would vote. I'm not certain that that's, and I have researched it, and quite frankly, you don't see this every day. But I'm concerned once you leave, who would make a motion to do so on behalf of the county?
Well, the only thing you guys got to worry about is call me on the phone and say, Mr. Klaus, we don't want to go forwards with the suit, and we call the attorney and say,
Well,
deal is over.
right, that's the easy way.
That's
all
the
right?
easy way.
But just the TRAN action that we were discussing, okay?
He should have been here.
It requires, I believe, a signature from the chief clerk, correct? Has to attest to that,
Yes,
correct? Because I did so when I was here.
yes.
So, we don't have a chief clerk.
That's why I was concerned to say to
Okay.
them, so we got to sign the paper.
And I
now.
believe it also requires a signature of the county solicitor, correct? Or at least a review, an opinion, correct? Because I've also done those in the past. And I don't believe, as the very first action, that that board has permissible action rights to appoint a solicitor that may defend the action against the county.
It can't.
So, but I'm not saying just in this action, it creates a problem for just business to be
Yes.
done, business to be
yeah.
done, bills to be paid.
Yeah.
And so again, I am asking Mr. Shikatano, for all the reasons that I explained to him privately and now have to do so publicly because he is not here, to please join me in walking away from this lawsuit, because we're going to take an oath on January 4th that puts the county before us. Thank you.
Excuse me, stay a minute. You understand the way you say, Mr. Shikatano and Mr. Shaki cannot make any decision to represent the lawsuit. They're done. Because
It's not just that.
I'm just saying.
Tangentially, and an attorney should know that, okay?
But
It would be the appointment of a solicitor. It would be the appointment of an insurance carrier. It could be an appointment of the new budget that he hopes to pass because there's line items in it for our salary.
Well, let me tell
So
you-
the list goes on.
Well, let me tell you something else, Mrs. Best. Mr. Shark has been manipulating us because he's an attorney for the last 4 years. So you know how to manipulate him, and now he
Okay.
got caught with his pants down. 'Cause
Respectfully,
now he cannot act.
Mr. Chairman, this decision was not a wise legal decision, so I wouldn't give him any credit for his legal
But you gotta
decision-making in this
understand that- You
particular.
gotta understand that us, we have a right to represent ourselves. You agree?
Well, of course.
Okay.
And you, we becomes me, we, in a few short days. So
I didn't create this.
I understand. So just to consider that I'm asking you if that needs to be done, and I don't know, even as an attorney and a former solicitor, I don't know. But I feel that somebody should be appointed to help make these decisions when they've made it impossible for us to do so. Thank you.
But that's between you guys. Anything under,
Yeah, we have more new business.
oh, I'm sorry. We have a new bit, we gotta stop. Hold on, we're still under new business. We're still under new business. We have
No, wait,
the people for the prison, come in,
Court Horde.
right?
Now we have two more then.
Two more what?
And Targonski's daughter.
Hold on. Can you hold
Do
on
the
a second?
prison- no, they
No,
can do
let's,
it
okay.
Go ahead, let them do first.
Let's finish yours.
Okay.
Done it that way, we done it with the fight.
Okay.
business.
Okay, the planning department asks the Board of Commissioners approval to pay the final bills for Progress Road in anticipation of liquid fuels reimbursement. This would be a
We
motion.
have to pay that road.
Right.
Okay?
So moved.
Second, and the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried.
Okay, and the next one is a motion for the purchase of service agreement between the District Attorney's Office and Ellen O'Donnell, who will be there for 10 days to help all the secretaries left in the
Yeah,
District
everybody
Attorney's
quit,
office.
so we need somebody to work. Second, and the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried. I have one more motion under the new business.
Okay.
I'm making a motion, Mr. Chairman, to direct the controller to pay the retainer to the attorney no later than tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Have a motion. Second, and the question,
Will I have a copy of the contract today?
you will have a copy right now.
Okay.
And the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried. Because I gotta go to Florida, Chris. I'm leaving tomorrow night, so I want to go in peace. I don't want all this in my head.
As long as I can get a copy right after.
This is action, the commission, and there has to be honor. Okay, now we done with official business, correct?
No.
No, the prison.
No, we have the prison, yeah. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Dirk Friend. I'm a project manager with Alexander Construction, and we've been retained as construction manager advisor for the prison.
Before you continue, let me say something to the press. 'Cause we as a county commissioner, we've been working for the prison with this gentleman for the last 9 months, 8 months. We will continue to work with him to our last day in office. So last month, we meet, we give us some contract, and today we have other contract to give, correct?
Yes, I'm here to report on 2 construction packages which were recently bid. The bids were received last Friday, the 18th of December. The first of those bid packages I'll mention is for the site work on the new prison. We received 4 bids. The architect has vetted out the low bidder, and the report is that he is a qualified bidder, and that there is no issue pending the receipt of his documentation for being able to obtain the bonds. There was a bid bond that was present with the bidding.
How much the contract is? How much the amount is?
The amount of the low bid is $3,490,000, and that's James T. O'Hara Incorporated.
Okay, we're gonna approve this contract today? You recommend to approve the contract?
Yes.
Okay, it's a motion on the floor to approve this contract. Yeah, make the motion, yes.
I'll second it.
Second the motion, and the question?
On the question, I just would like to add that the other bidders were 3.945, 5.398 million, and 6.947 million. And if my memory recalls, the 3.490 is at least 750,000 below what was budgeted. So that compared to the other 380,000 that were saved for what was budgeted on the demolition work, we've already saved $1 million on some of these bids.
Okay, and the reason why we've been rushing to do this again and again is $250,000 per month. Okay? $250,000 per month extra. Okay, it's a motion on the floor. Roll call on the motion, please. I want to be in the record the right way.
Commissioner Shaw,
He's not here.
Commissioner Bridie,
Yes.
and Chairman.
Yes.
The next construction package to report on is for the precast concrete cells for the prison. There were 2 bids received for this package. The first and the lowest was from McInnes Group, Penn Stress Company, and their base bid was $3,598,500. There was one alternate with this bid, and that is to deliver the precast cells approximately 2 months earlier, which would have a delivery date in June. The cost for the alternate, which essentially again speeded up the delivery of the cells, was $97,000 add. The second bid was from Old Castle Precast, That base bid was $3,783,000. And the cost for the alternate, again, for early delivery of the cells from Old Castle is $206,000. So the apparent low bidder, including alternates, is Penn Stress. They have been vetted out by the architect, and we see no problem recommending them as the contractor for supplying and erecting the precast cells.
And the way I understand it, when we meet like a couple of weeks ago, you say was not too many people.
Yes, there are only
There are not too many people in this business.
and a handful in this region even that, once you go outside the area, trucking becomes cost ineffective. So, yes.
Okay,
Two
I make
bidders
the
is good.
motion, to accept the bid.
Second the motion.
Second the motion, roll call.
Commissioner Shaw?
Oh, wait, on the question, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just on the question, to bring everyone up to speed, the additional $97,000 to have them delivered with a 60-day advance window really becomes a no-brainer for us. If our burn rate is an additional $250,000 per month, over and above what was budgeted, 2 months is $500,000. I don't know about you, but when we're talking with tax dollars, I would spend 97 today to save 500,000 down the line.
Yeah, it's Frank, and this thing I have to sign as a taxpayer, and I have to sign as a commissioner, two things you said.
You got it right. You're signing on your own behalf.
Okay, so I did it right?
Yeah. I'll get it.
Okay. Okay, it's,
Commissioner Shaw?
he's not here?
Commissioner Bridie?
Yes.
Chairman Quasi?
Yes. Anything, you have another contract?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we have a request for additional services to prepare the RACP application that we've submitted to assist in helping prepare the RACP for the state grant. So that's also been submitted to the...
Okay, the application for the state grant, yeah.
I would like to thank you as well for intervening in the interim without a contract and helping us negotiate the intergovernmental agreement. That was really cleaned up. I really appreciate it. I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman, to appoint Rickard Horn to assist us with that grant process.
Second. On the question, all those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried. Anything we have left, after business? So, I want to thank you, everybody, for coming before we go to public input. Also, this is my last meeting. I open up to come here to the next meeting, and it's my honor and privilege to serve the taxpayers. I did the wrong way, so be. I think I did the right way. So, I want to thank you all the employees. I want to thank you all the employees in Northumberland County. A good staff we had the last 8 years after we got rid of the riffraff. So we had a good team, and I want to thank you everybody. And also I want to make a public to the press. I will be here to represent the taxpayer when I can. I'm retired. I'm officially retired now from my business at the county. I will be here to represent the taxpayer to the day I pass away. Thank you very much, guys.
I just would like to add, it has been a true privilege and honor to serve the people of this great county. I want to thank the people that I've worked with. I've made some lifelong friends. It's just been wonderful to interact with some. I've learned so much about government and all the Ponzi schemes that they utilize. But I want to thank you all for the honor and for the ability to serve you to the best of my ability.
Again, I'll be back as a foot soldier. Anything that happens, I'll be here. Thank you. Now we have public input. Now, sir, you can come over. Public input. I thought I shut my phone off. Yes, I did.
Excuse me. My name is Ray Fligger, and I have a hearing problem. I didn't hear most of what was said here today. I think there could be a lot better use of microphones mounted on the wall. But my
Discuss
purpose
with
in
the new
being
board.
here,
I want you to discuss with the new Board of Commission when they're coming in. It's too late for us.
well, I'm a Sunbury taxpayer, North 3rd Street in Sunbury. And I'm sure that I speak for the silent majority when I address the issue with the new commissioners. Those commissioners, when they applied for and accepted the post as a public servant, not as king of the peasant taxpayers, knew what the wage was. Now they say the salary discouraged qualified people from seeking the office. Does that mean they call themselves unqualified? How many working class people approach a prospective employer and say, I'm really not qualified for this low paid job, but as soon as I'm hired, I expect a big raise? How many? My wife and I, with heavy health expenses, get extremely minimal Social Security. We make do. This year, the Social Security Administration said, you don't need a raise because gasoline went down. Now, meat doubled in a relatively short time. Can anybody here eat gasoline? I can't.
Look at AIDS.
And nevertheless, I'm not saying that we should have more Social Security. What I'm saying is, when wages, what we need right now at this time in tenure, and again, I thank the county commissioners for their hard work of trying to hold the line for us taxpayers. But the time is more than here when wages should be reversed in the same proportionate order that they fueled today's unbearable inflation. Pennsylvania state government is broke. Pennsylvania cities are broke. The federal government is under red ink. There must be sanity in government spending. When you wipe out what was the middle class workers by heavy taxes, you compound the load that's left for the remaining taxpayers to support government expenses, including more people on welfare. I can live well on $36,000 a year, and I think the elected taxpayers could too. They knew what the wage was when they took the job.
Well, thank you very much for coming and express your opinion.
Thank you, Mr. Prater.
Anybody else under new business? Under public input? You're none. Motion to adjourn. God bless all you guys.